Hey guys, this is a very embarrassing video for me, but I have to do it because otherwise things won't line up in the timeline. So yeah, you read the title, I messed up on Chapter 23's lore. I dated one of the events incorrectly, and even though it's not a story-breaking mistake, it makes things a little less logical, so I feel like I have to correct this here before anybody gets misled, since I gain literally nothing from the lore being confusing and feel like it's better to own up and fix it right now instead of leading everyone on a wild goose chase trying to find this final incident that we were teased at. So yeah, in Chapter 23's lore, we are first introduced to an incident with Chica that is kind of the first hint of her eating disorder that we see in the present day, and that happens on December 17th, 2080. That date, that is the correct date. That one's right. That one's the correct one. But right after that, we get Vanessa trying to restart Project Security by presenting a new idea to all the people involved, and she references Subject 5's cause to be a mirror of December 17th, 2078. That date, that one right there, that is the incorrect one. It is supposed to be December 17th, 2080, the one that we just saw. She is referencing the event with Chica that we just talked about, and she was, inspired and hopeful because she saw something that correlated with Chica's cause only a few days before she presented her idea. So, yeah. I just accidentally put 2078 instead of 2080. This likely happened because 2078 was in the rough draft of the original lore document, so I just accidentally slipped up and forgot to change it for the final draft and stuff. So yeah, super sorry about this. I knew that something like this was going to happen eventually because the sheer magnitude of how much lore I have to keep track of is like impossible for me. I have an entire document dedicated to it, but even sometimes that isn't enough. It was kind of inevitable that I would eventually mess up since I'm a human with a very bad memory and can only barely keep track of what day it is in real life, much less the pretend dates in my glorified fanfiction. So anyway, I'm gonna, play the corrected version of this lore here with the correct date, just so you guys have the correct audio and visual instead of just having to remember on your own which date got swapped. So here it is, take 2, the corrected version of 23's lore. Woo, enjoy. Incident report. On December 17th, 2080, during a live performance, Chica experienced a brief malfunction that caused her to mess up and play several lines of wrong notes, before stopping entirely and staying quiet for the rest of the show. Later that night, over $250 worth of food went missing, and when asked about it, she explained that she had been stress eating. Assessment. It's likely that her programming was put out of sorts after the error in her Showtime protocol, and caused her to repeat the guest dining feature multiple times in a row. This is not unexpected, since Chica is the only one who can experience the process of eating food, and carrying out the familiar feature could make her programming a little less unhappy with her. We are now keeping close watch of her, and are trying to keep her calm to prevent something like this from happening again. The return of that habit could be devastating on her mental health. But please, make it clear she's not in trouble for this and I'm not mad. Becoming frustrated with her will only make it worse. Victor Miller. Patch requests. The new security protocols need some updates. When Roxy already has her claws extended before her security protocol is activated, the claws retract and are stuck like that. When DJ's security protocol activates while his head is upside down, every note in his teeth plays at the same time at full volume, producing a horrible sound that made the shoplifter and several others faint on the spot. Bonnie's security protocol accidentally activated while he was trying to calm down an aggressive customer. He obviously couldn't actually attack her because she hadn't broken any laws, but Bonnie was unable to sit still for the next hour because of an unknown error in his program. Sun and Moon's security protocol keeps activating in response to loud noises, and they're finding it hard to deactivate it even after the supposed danger is gone. Besides all that, I believe that we should put more emphasis into the intimidation part of the protocol. Allowing them to contort their facial expressions into snarls could be enough of a scare to make lesser committed thieves, like misguided teenagers, give up before anyone gets hurt at all. December 20th, 2080. Project Security Private Email. To all, from Vanessa Miller. Subject, important idea. I really don't think we should have given up on Project Security. I know everyone says that it failed and we abandoned it a long time ago, but I think there's still a chance for this thing to work. I've been doing a lot of research over Henry's statement in my copy of the journal that Mr. Miller found, and I've noticed that the subjects are beginning to display even more traces of their past without any input from us. Because our generation of animatronics have no connection with the missing children's incident, their causes were completely isolated from that event, and therefore makes it easier to recognize when they have specific recollections or patterns of behavior. For example, the incident on April 7th, 2073 bears resemblance to Subject 4's cause. The incident on June 20th, 2074 bears resemblance to Subject 3's cause. The incident on September 14th, 2075 bears resemblance to Subject 6's cause. The incident on October 11th, 2076 bears resemblance to Subject 2's cause. And the incident on December 17th, 2080 bears resemblance to Subject 5's cause. The only one that doesn't seem to have connections to their cause is Subject 1, but that's to be expected since he was our first try and apparently wasn't reactive to familiar stimuli when he was awakened anyway. Still, recognition this expansive was impossible when they were first made. How are they recollecting so much now? It seems that the longer that they are alive, the more signs they're showing of retaining their minds. It's like they're healing. All of you can't deny that you're seeing the same thing that I do. We don't have to give up on the project, we just have to keep on going and try something new this time. I already found a consistency between all the successful ones, and I believe that we can use this concept as a basis for the next experiment. There were dozens of failed awakenings in between each subject, but the 6 subjects that actually worked all had fairly violent ends. I think the more agonizing the death is, the more likely they are to retain their soul. Our advancements in technology made it easier for less violent deaths to still lead to success in the later subjects, but there is still a clear trend that the more upsetting their passing was, the more likely they are to work. William is probably the best example that we have, since, according to Henry's statement, he seemed to have kept his mind even after he got spring-locked. And, just like our subjects, the longer that he was in the spring-lock suit, the more memories he recovered. We need to find some sort of way to recreate that pain. We could even try and do it in the replica and mimic the rabbit suit that William originally used, so we don't change any variables from the incidents that started all of this in the first place. I mean, William was not the only serial killer, so clearly there was something about the pizzeria that made it special for the missing children all those years ago. Was it an attachment to the franchise, the frequency that other people enter the place? Who knows? What I'm saying is, if we go through with this plan, we could have a full retention of memory within a year. I know that nobody cares what I think, and I know that this sounds horrible, but that's the only thing that we're missing here. I think if we want to move forward, we have to consider how important this project is and try a new approach. We got so close, and I don't give a damn if everyone whispers about me for this. It's like I'm the only one who even cares about what we did this for in the first place. If it works, we aren't murderers. They'll come back anyway. To Victor Miller, from Vanessa Miller. Subject, important. Okay, I don't understand your choice of the position I'm employed in now. I feel like my expertise is better used elsewhere, and I'd be more helpful doing something more vital for the project. I know you said that we'll start working at it again, but you know as well as I do that this is not what I meant when I suggested we continue. To Vanessa Miller, from Victor Miller. Subject, response. You misunderstand. Behavior tracking is a vital part of this project. I know you are eager to prove yourself, but I believe that you should be taking on easier tasks for now so you can calm down a bit. Besides, the comfort of our animatronics is a priority, and I believe that you should get to see how important that is. Having a friend to monitor them throughout the night could help improve their well-being. They sometimes have violent recollections of things that they would rather forget, and in my opinion, it is important to put their happiness above the concept of making a scientific breakthrough. If you see one of them getting a nightmare, please notify me immediately, and I will help ease their pain with the redaction. We don't want to distress them more than we already have. And please try to remember why we started this project in the first place. We only took people who were already dead. We are not killers. Woo! Okay, glad we got that cleared up. We got the correct version of the lore right here, so yeah. I'm so sorry, again, like, I'm so sorry that I had to do this, and also the fact that it took this long to fix this mistake, but I only realized that I messed up once my family got to the beach. We were going on a vacation this weekend, and I didn't want to ruin it by forcing myself to work when I'm supposed to be resting. And, you know, as you guys clearly know by now, I am absolutely terrible at relaxing or taking time off for myself, so I didn't want to find an excuse to keep working while I'm supposed to be taking a break. And honestly, I think I did pretty well with resting. I tried not to think about the mistake and actually had a good time at the beach, so, you know, that was nice. But yeah, we got home today, so I was able to hop back on the project and fix it, so yeah, sorry that it took like 3 days. I'm kind of done here, so I guess you guys can just, I don't know, talk about the lore in the comments. I don't know, just do whatever you want. This is kind of an awkward video. It's just sort of lodged here in the playlist. So, sorry about messing up. I'll do better next time. See you guys in 2 weeks. Bye. Woo.